The winter weather may have you thinking of a beach getaway, or maybe you just want to take advantage of the cold and hit the slopes. Joining us now with products to make your next trip a breeze is Senior Director of Content Operations at Best Reviews, Jacob Palmer. Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. You know, it's always a great time whenever you can get the family together and get out there. You know, we always are looking at this. We want to make the recommendations that make it that much easier. And I think we've got some things that are going to at least be very interesting to people today.
I love that. And listen, travel season is every day, all year. I think personally, you always need the best travel when it comes to items, right? So if we're packing our bag and getting everything first started, what's that first step?
Yeah, so obviously, you know, you want to have that good bag, especially when you're building out. You don't always think about the checked luggage first. You want to make sure you got the right thing to carry on with you. And this one from Park and Coop is one of our absolute favorites for a few reasons. Number one, it's a really interesting company. Park and Coop is mom-owned, and you can tell that it's going to be super functional for moms because it's very structureless, which is great for flying. It means you can get it under the chair in front of you easy. It means it's going in the overhead even easier. So we love it for that, and you can just get so many different things in there. The snaps on it are solid, too. They're magnetic, but they're solid. So, you know, when moms are going out there and they're packing up and they want to make sure they have all their stuff, you can get everything in there, snap it up, be good to go.
And what if you want to put snacks in this bag for that traveling?
Well, again, you're talking about moms, you know, and as a parent myself, I know that you don't go anywhere without some snackos to bring with you. And so what we have here is the one in front from Packet is this snack tray. So you can put a few different things in there for your little one to make sure that they're, you know, more than anything distracted while you're traveling. You know, and goldfish tends to do the trick pretty well, I've found. And then the one behind it is a great item, I think, for all year round. It's a bento box from Packet. And what's interesting about this is that, you know, you can bring maybe your own meal. That way you don't have to spend you know, $100 on a cheeseburger from the airport. So you know, it's a great way to keep yourself fed. Make sure that you're bringing something delicious from home.
Amazing. Now, we got the food and the snacks covered, but what if you need to stay hydrated, Jacob?
And this is my favorite one of the bunch that we brought today. It's just a great idea, and it's a water bottle from Miva that doubles as a foam roller. So for people that love fitness, they want to bring their fitness with them when they're traveling, right? You want to go for that run, you want to stretch out. This kind of allows you to consolidate a couple essential items into one so you can travel with your foam roller, which I think is one of those things that if you're trying to cut down on what you're bringing, probably the foam roller gets cut every single time.
It's probably not going to make the list.
So this is a great way to make sure that you can still bring it if you got, you know, tight hips or whatever else you need to stretch out.
Well, I like the multifunctional use, okay? It's definitely unique, but I definitely like how you can do multiple things with it. Now, what about the essentials, Jacob?
Yeah, so this is one thing that I always forget, is the toothbrush. So, you know, the ultimate travel essential here. This is an interesting product from Mouth Watchers because as you can see back here, you know, it's a true travel toothbrush that will then fold up into itself. So again, you're being super space conscious. Maybe this is your way to cut down on the checked luggage as it gets more and more expensive. But it's also designed in a way that just makes sense so it doesn't get gross, which I think a lot of travel toothbrushes can fall into that that unfortunate cycle, we'll say.
Absolutely. Now, not only is brushing your teeth an essential, but so is taking your pills with you when you travel.
You know, you got to be able to bring your prescriptions out with you. And so this is an interesting product, and we love it to talk about it because it's multifunctional for a few reasons. Obviously, you know, people need to bring their pills with them, and it's from PillyPal, and it comes with these helpful stickers as well. So you can even set everything up and, you know, be able to kind of like code it so you know what's
Decipher it,
when you're out there. But what's great too is it's multifunctional because you could also use this for jewelry. You could use this for a bunch of different things and stay organized, because being organized and space conscious is really kind of the biggest pro tip when it comes to getting ready to travel.
And what's maybe different or unique about these? Because we've seen like the long pill organizers before, but these seem a little bit more different and compact.
Yeah, the design of it's just really solid, and you can also customize, you know, how many different compartments you're putting in there, how large are they. They've got two different models that give you a couple choices there too, and it's also super durable. So you can throw it in with a bag with a bunch of other things, whether it's your backpack, carry-on, whatever, and if you know you're going to be good and it's not going to be, you know, compromised anyway that way.
Incredible. All right, so we have some of our essentials. Now moving on to over here. I'm not even sure what this is.
Yeah, so this is called the Hungover AF, and it's a very interesting product. Again, you know, it works great for travel because a lot of the times what we've seen is that people will go through that pressure change when you're coming in and trying to land. And so you get like a really tough migraine, you get really bad headaches. And so this is a great product to alleviate those headaches because you throw it in the freezer wherever you get, it gets nice and cool, and then you pull it down over your head and it relieves some of that pressure, some of that headache.
Wow, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is basically just like No more headache on wheels.
That's
Take
right.
it wherever you want to go.
That's right. And you know, it's super small. You can break down very small. We've got it set up right now so you can kind of get the shape of it in use. But when you're putting it in your bag, I mean, it lays flat, very small. And it's just one of those great products that's gone super viral on TikTok, you know, with millions and millions and millions of views of people that want to know more about this. Because I think that has headaches, especially when you're traveling or even if you're at home, they want to have something that's simple and gets the job done, and people don't always want to be taking medications if they can avoid it.
Agreed. And also, no, to clarify, you don't have to be hungover to use this product.
Yeah, sure. But, you know, there's a lot of 49ers fans today that could probably use
That's true, especially heading to the Super Bowl as well. Okay, well, heading on to sleep, we need a good night's sleep when we're traveling, and it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, and so we brought a couple interesting ones here, starting with this travel pillow. This is just nice. Like, sometimes there's just products
I can tell the way you felt it.
I know. I've been testing it out, and I'm like, this is just nice. And it comes with a pillowcase on it, so you can keep it fresh with each travel, which is a super interesting thing. And then the design of it isn't like your typical, you know, travel pillow where it's more small. This is set up to cover you basically shoulder to shoulder behind your head. And so it's just a really nice compliment to any travel thing. And it comes to us, it's called the Scrumptious, and it comes to us from Honeydew. It's just a, you know, interesting one to keep there if you're thinking about it. And then the next one that I wanted to point out, it comes to us, these dots, right? You're in a hotel room. Every little thing has a green dot, a red dot, something that's beeping at you and makes it a little bit bright. If you're like me and you want to keep it pitch black in your room, you can't tolerate that. And so what these are is they're dots. They're called dark dots from Lofty, and you can just go around your hotel room and set them up on everything, so that way you know you can keep it nice and serene the way you want it.
Oh my gosh, incredible. Okay, so after we've reviewed all of these items so far, what do you think is maybe the best or the top item that people need to have when traveling?
I think it's a great question. It's that bag. You know, we've been testing at Best Reviews Testing Lab. We've been testing different bags for different reasons. We want to find the best carry-on. We want to find the best check luggage. Whatever it is, the structureless design of a carry-on bag makes your life so much easier. And if you're just going for a weekend trip, if you're just going to get away for a little bit, it's so versatile and it gets the job done so well that I really recommend it for everybody. Because we've done a lot of testing on these things, and a structureless bag becomes an absolute asset for, especially for any parent or anybody who's got to make the most out of all their bag space.
Well, I was going to say, it's amazing that it's mom owned, but it's not just for moms or dads. It's for anybody that can make use out of this incredible bag. So thank you so much for all of the traveling essentials, Jacob. We appreciate it.
And thanks so much for having me.
Of course.